Hey folks, Q Jungle here. God, it's been ages since I've done anything. No Twitching, no YouTubing. Just too busy with life, so it seems. Right, so what I was going to do today is talk very briefly about a piece of kit I picked up quite a few months ago, and that is the insert box here. Yep, covering my face. I know, not very good. The Linx Vision gaming tablet, right? So where do we begin? Obviously, there's a lot of great tablets out there. Some that bear the names of fruit, some that are really good for e-reading, and there's a lot of cheap ones out there that, you know, will use different operating systems and whatnot. So when I was looking for a tablet, I was looking specifically for a Windows 10 one. And now I know there's been, you know, different folk have had different experiences with Windows 10. Me personally, I've had a great time with Windows 10. I love the way it interacts seamlessly between my actual desktop PC and my Xbox One hiding over there. It just suits me. So when I wanted a tablet, I really wanted to get a Windows 10 one. Did I need one? Absolutely not. I don't need a tablet. But I'll tell you what, after getting this, I'm so glad that I did. Oh yeah, I'm not being paid to say this. This is, you know, I'm not getting any kind of kickbacks for doing a review on this tablet. I'm just really want to post my opinion of it because I've got, you know, friends who keep asking me about it, and so I just wanted to kind of, you know, show them some of the stuff. Right, but anyway, I got a killer deal on this. I found out, well, actually, my partner found a guy who was selling it second hand, so I got it really quite cheap. It was barely used. He just unfortunately didn't have the receipt to go hand it back in. You can get it from, well, most places. I think it's about 150 quid here in the UK. For those of you who aren't familiar with the name Linx, right? The Linx Vision, is that the right way up? Yes, it is. Linx came on the scene, oh god, was it last year? Not last year, year before. Anyway, they haven't been on the scene that long. I'm not sure about the availability out with the UK, but I know over here you can get them almost everywhere. You know, your typical online stores, even your kind of retail shops in the high street. And they're quite inexpensive for the most part. The Linx Vision is a bit different, right? Okay, it's, as you can see, about, what, 8 point something inches, right? Let me just switch it on here. So, right. Windows 10, as you can see, you boot it up and you get the usual type of tiles and stuff, right? Got a bit of glare there, don't I? The form factor is quite nice, right? It's relatively thin. You got your typical camera on the backside, and then a really small, quite crappy one up in the top corner. Let me close that out, shall we? You know, as soon as I booted it up and logged in with my, you know, credentials, it synced up, so it was fully in sync with my PC. So that was quite a user-friendly experience. I've had no issues with it. It's been really handy to use. But let's talk about what's inside it, right? So inside it's got the Intel Atom X5 Z83300, which is the Cherry Trail processor. Quite a fast little CPU. You know, it's really low power. I can't remember the exact speed of it, but I'll tell you what, it does run quite quick. Of course, it's a 64-bit CPU, and unfortunately the operating system is only a 32-bit, which seems a bit silly, but okay, hey, you know, I guess that's what you get for the price you pay, right? It's got 2 gigs of DDR3 RAM, which is decent, you know, for a tablet. Because it's a gaming tablet, it needs to have 2 gigs. You'll find in this price point, a lot of tablets only have a gig, which really lets them down. The display itself isn't actually full HD. It's 1280 by 800. But I'll tell you what, you know, you don't really notice that bad of a degradation in quality whatsoever. So I think that's, you know, about right. I can't remember the specs of the graphics chip inside, but I know it's pretty good because it can handle quite a lot of games that we'll get into in just a minute. Yeah, 2 megapixel cameras on the front and rear. That's really not that great, you know, so hey, you know, it's not really made for that, is it? You can, of course, fit in a microSD card on the side. I don't know if that'll show up with the lighting, which of course I put quite a big one in there, so that'll do me. I think on board it comes with 32 gigs of internal storage, which is fine. It's not bad. The actual battery is, what, a 6,000 milliamp or microamp, whatever the hell they call it. Yeah, you get quite a lot of battery life out of this, unless you're gaming, which we'll get into. It's got Bluetooth 4.0 and, of course, Wi-Fi, all that stuff. So spec-wise, you know, it's pretty damn good. At the bottom, you've got your typical micro, or is it mini or micro USB, you know, where you can charge it up. Also, you can have like what they call an OTG cable for any kind of peripherals you want to use. You've got a micro HDMI next to it, so you know you can put stuff out. And then you've got this little magical proprietary interface. If I bring that up, see here? It's like, you know, gold connectors. Why does it have that, you say? Well, you might have seen on the box, it has a dock, right? So let's talk about the dock, shall we? Look, I'll bring it up close. As you can see, it looks like an Xbox controller. Down in here has the actual interface device, right? And you can see there's a switch down there. You have a little bit of access to your charging port and the headphone port. Something has to be said about the headphone port, right? Because this tablet has so much going on in here, right? It's got, you know, quite a fast processor, good video, so it's creating a lot of energy, right? It's a lot of electricity. Unfortunately, see the headphone jack, you get killer interference, right? You plug in headphones to it and you just get static stuff. If you try using... Let's see. Oh, come on. Can I reach it? Trying to reach behind me. Right, so I'm going to have to show my back. Let's see. If, say, for example, you want to use the Xbox One official headset, right? Which is, you know, it's a decent bit of kit, right? You know, stereo headphones with chat capability. And it's obviously got, you know, one of these jacks on it. If you use this like I tried to use, oh man, just the static was horrible. Another funny thing, most headphones, once you've got the dock attached, don't actually go in all the way. So it's fine just plugging it into your tablet, but as soon as you've got the dock on, the actual hole here is too small for the plastic bit of the headphones to go through. So that's a bit disappointing. But hey, fear not. That's, my friends, is why they created Bluetooth. So when I'm gaming and using chat, which we'll talk about shortly, I use Bluetooth headphones, right? I use Bluetooth headphones, have those on, stuff's coming through there, and I use the built-in mic, which is just at the top, right? So you can imagine, I'll just go ahead and put it in the dock, shall I? Right, got the dock. This just slides in, like so. On each side it's got locking switches. So as soon as you've locked those, now I can shake it, look, it's not coming out, right? It's safe, it's safe. And then down at the bottom you've got the little thing to actually turn it on. Because it's a Windows peripheral, you know, you actually download the drivers for it and whatnot. But so anyway, you can imagine if you're holding this, playing it, right? And it's like about here. It's right within distance of that microphone. So that's just what I do. I've got the, you know, the Bluetooth headphones on, and I can just talk on chat, you know, using the inbuilt microphone. So, right. What makes this tablet special is the fact that, well, one aspect of it I don't use, and that's Steam Link. That's right. If you've got Steam on your home PC, and you've got your game library, you can install Steam on this and do what they call Steam Link. So your PC is what's playing the game, but you're controlling it through this. If you're going to be doing that, I have to admit, a lot of the games, the controller doesn't work that well with. So what you need to get yourself is a keyboard and mouse, put it in the desktop mode, and then profit, right? I mean, these things you can get, like this is something from, you know, just a local store. Really quite good. Holds a tablet, obviously, up here, and a removable Bluetooth keyboard. Really good bit of kit. And the same, just got a, you know, an actual Microsoft Bluetooth mouse. So that's quite handy if you're going to use Steam Link. Again, I don't, so I'm going to just talk about the Xbox aspect. So first and foremost, you've got the dock plugged in. You've got the thing actually switched, so it's, you know, over here. Xbox app up here. Bloop. Right, so now it's actually gonna, it's got the Windows 10 Xbox app. right? Which if you've used it on Windows 10, you know exactly what it's all about. You know what it allows you to do. Hell, if you've ever seen me, that's what I use at home to stream, right? I stream my Xbox over to my my PC, and I just capture straight from the desktop. Right, so now it's pulled up the Xbox app, right? So you can do all your normal stuff. You can scroll through this, blah blah blah, do all your things. But what you want to do is, just like an Xbox app on your PC, you want to connect to your Xbox One, right? So I'm going to connect. Right, now I'm going to hit stream. And now this is going to blop, 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 do its stuff. Let me make sure this is on very high. Right, so at the moment, as you can see, maybe, if I get that out of the way. Oh, the glare's bad. I apologize for that. I'm playing The Division right now. Let me hit that one. Right. And if you look behind me, you can see, well, you can slightly see on my TV it's obviously playing on my Xbox One. I'm just streaming it to this, but I'm actually using this controller here, right? So it's pretty neat. You know, you're just like sitting here playing, doing your stuff, going around. The quality is great. Obviously, I'm at home. I'm off the home network, right? So let me get if I can get that in close. See, the video quality is spot on. It's a lag-free experience. Really, really neat. Really, really nifty. Really quite cool. Now, the thing that they don't tell you, the thing that's not in the box, right, is you can use this out with your home network. Now, I'm not going to go into how to do that. If you search on YouTube, you'll be able to find some folk that have put up some really good videos on how you do that. But basically, it involves you could either set up a private, a VPN, or if you're really, really, well, not clever, but tricky with your router, right? What you do is you set it up so there's certain ports that you forward to your Xbox. Make sure you have a static IP on your router, or if you're using dynamic, there's a lot of services out there that'll actually inform you every time your IP address changes. The key thing is you need to know your IP address, because what happens is when you actually choose to connect to the Xbox and you're not on your home network, it's going to be like, well, look, I don't see an Xbox. Where is it? And you have to put in the IP address, your external IP address, not the Xbox, but of the router. And if you've got the ports triggered correctly, sure enough, boom, that's your gateway, gets you in. So, I mean, I've been, for example, about 150 miles away. Obviously, you have to keep your Xbox at home turned on, but playing things like Warframe and The Division, like when I played The Division beta, I was actually 150 miles away just using this. So if you've got a decent smartphone with tethering, 4G, yeah, you get my idea, right? You basically got your Xbox in your backpack. Don't need a TV, don't need anything else. Yeah, really, really cool. But then, of course, it's not just about connecting to your Xbox, right? You can go to the Microsoft Store, and everything that's on the Microsoft Store you can download. There's different games. There's quite a few desktop games that actually do work on this. But, come on, you're not going to be playing Quantum Break, Yeah, you could play Quantum Break if it's on your Xbox, but it doesn't have the graphical power or the processing power to handle games like that. But I've heard from certain folks that things like Mass Effect and whatnot, if you lower the settings, you can. But, even mobile games, there's plenty of mobile games that are great. Like World of Tanks Blitz, come on, fire up. And, of course, World of Tanks Blitz is a game that's made for tablets, for touchscreens and stuff. But the controller, which is really, really comfy. I mean, it's right here. You've got your triggers, your bumpers. You've got your analog sticks on each side. You've got your D-pad, all the buttons there. It just works. It works beautifully. But so you can play other games and use that. Racing games, it's really, really good for. Things like Asphalt and stuff. But yeah, you can see. The glare is bad, isn't it? World of Tanks Blitz. World of Tanks Blitz runs really well on a tablet, so it does. But even games like, if I pull up Asphalt 8, again, it just works beautifully with the controller. Really, really recommend it. Yeah, it's loading up. But, you know, even just for your normal stuff, getting on Twitter, getting on the news, it's overall, it's a good tablet. The quality, in my opinion, is quite well polished. It's got a nice, you know, metallic, it's brushed, you know, this kind of black brushed aluminium on the back, a little bit of gloss. Yeah, it's quite light as well. Overall, I'm really happy with it, right? Spec-wise, I think you're going to be hard-pushed to find a Windows 10 tablet that has a higher spec. Yeah, you can get bigger screens, 10-inch and all that, but the thing that really sets this one apart is, you know, the gaming dock. Now, yeah, you can just get a Bluetooth controller and whatnot. You don't necessarily need this, but I tell you what, it just feels so good, right? You've got it here. It's just comfortable. It totally works. Takes a little while getting used to when you're playing first-person shooters because the sticks are so far apart, but once you get the hang of it, definitely a fun experience. But yeah, I think if you're looking for a Windows tablet and you're here in the UK, the Linx Vision gaming tablet is definitely worth a peek. Again, the prices they'll vary, but it's usually right around 150 quid, which for this spec point, I think isn't a bad price point. But I'm pretty sure there's some retail shops, some big ones that you can go in and maybe try to get a hands-on of it, get a feel for it. If you have an Xbox One, I highly recommend it, because there's even, like, you know, okay, you can use the Xbox One app, but then you can also use the Xbox Smartglass. So I was doing this the other day, right? I was over at my partner's house, and I was in the kitchen, right? And I pulled up Smartglass. I turned on the TV from the Xbox, right? And was in her kitchen, which isn't that far away, but it's a few miles away. And so basically watching TV from my Xbox on my tablet in her kitchen. And yeah, you know, geeks like us, we think that's cool, right? I mean, even she was like, wow, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. But yeah, definitely worth a look. Like I said, get yourself some Bluetooth headphones if you pick it up, because it's just going to piss you off if you plug in normal ones. And I highly recommend getting a keyboard and a mouse for it as well, for the occasional time you want to use it as a desktop computer. Because again, this is the thing to keep in mind. It's Windows 10 on there. Not Windows 10 Mobile, not, you know, it's actually Windows 10 Home. So all the things you can do on your home desktop, you can do on that. You know, you could even plug it into a monitor via an HDMI cable, and, you know, it could be your little travel computer. Yeah, highly recommend it. Hope you give it a shot. Plenty of good reviews out there. Go have a look at them. That is me signing off for now. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this year I'm going to be making more content. I'm actually having a bit of a change in direction in life. Going to be taking a career break, going back to school. Funnily enough, going back to school for IT. More details to follow. But I'm hopefully, whilst I'm doing that, I'll do a little bit more YouTube. And I've got a couple of ideas up in here, and we'll see what we can do. Hey guys, well, hey, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit me with a like, subscribe, and, you know, if you want to get more content from me, I know it's been pretty sparse, but I promise I'm going to try to make some more stuff as time goes on, and watch this space. Right, that's me, Acute Jungle, signing off. Take it easy.